Hey, you guys, happy Saturday morning. Welcome to episode 19. Wow, 19
Yeah,
of the First and 10 NFL New York Jets podcast. Morning, brother. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. I gotta tell you, leading into Thursday, let's get right in. Leading into Thursday, I had a rant that might have taken up a good hour.
Listen, you and me both. You and me both.
To
I saw the same crap going on again,
oh
didn't you?
man,
Yeah.
and to quote a good friend of ours, there was a rant brewing. I was hot. I was ready. Oh,
Well, I was ready to go on the rant page. So,
yes, very nice. Yeah, we definitely had a hostile rage in us.
man, and they stole our thunder because
Yes.
before we knew it, there he was in camp.
Yep. But
But go ahead. Go
I
ahead.
was glad it got done. 4-year deal, 35.1 million,
Yep.
22.9 of it signing bonus, the 4-year fully guaranteed.
Yep.
So
And
that,
the whole holdup was they wanted to defer some of the guaranteed money to next year. Why? Who knows?
yeah, I don't get it. I don't get it. I'll
No,
never
I don't
get
get
it.
it.
You know,
So that was worth him missing the first 2 days of training camp.
yes.
So he's
Yes.
that far. So he's that far behind everybody else. I mean,
Uh-huh.
we saw it yesterday. I mean, he made. I mean, second play of the game or second play of practice yesterday, he hit more on a 40-yard bomb. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And then after that, it was all downhill.
Yeah. And Kevin, we said this a couple of weeks ago. It's practice. Let's not,
Sure.
and I get it. But here's what I didn't like about what the Jets did, in my opinion, and how they approached it. Well, it slipped out, and maybe I read it wrong, that they only started negotiating with him a week before training camp. Like, now he's been on the team since April. You kind of knew in March this is what you were doing with him. You were drafting him. What are you doing waiting till a week before?
When you were in OTAs, this should have been going on.
Exactly. And let me tell you something.
So you didn't have to deal with this crap when we got to July.
Exactly.
Come on.
And you know what, Kevin? I don't understand it. And I understand people are going to come out against me, and that's fine. I give the Jaguars and the Rams credit. This offset language is a bunch of crap. It's a bunch of crap.
We were going over this the other day, right?
Yep.
I mean, like I said, it's just a way of them covering their ass in case he sucks in 3 years.
But what, Kevin? At that point, if he sucks in 3 years, Saleh is gone and Joe Douglas is gone. So what does he care about the money that the Johnsons have to shell out?
Ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
With the way the NFL is now set up, you only have 20 padded practices. Now, I could be wrong, but people out there who like us and subscribe, look it up.
Yeah, no. You're absolutely correct. Yeah. And he's already missed 2 of them.
He's already missed 2. In this day and age where things are limited and there's only so much they could do because the NFL put a kibosh on how you could practice now.
Yep.
He should have been in here from day one, especially since we knew from March he was the golden boy.
Like I just said, this should have been taken care of during OTAs. You should have had this all boom, 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 signed, sealed, and delivered.
So you know what, Jets fans?
You screwed around till training camp.
Yeah, and not only that, you were so cocky and confident you were signing him from day one. You didn't bring in any backups. And what happened on day 2 when you weren't sure, you were shitting the bed and you brought in 2 schlubs to try out.
Yeah. Well, like we said, like I think I said to you, it got done because they watched those guys practice. That's why. And they said, "Oh my God, we better get Zach in here."
Yeah, what did Morgan do that day? 10 incomplete passes, and the one he completed was an interception. But you're going to nickel and dime for next year. And I know a lot of people out there will hate me for saying this and they'll disagree. And that's fine. We welcome that. But if this is our golden boy, get him in here from day one.
What are you playing around for?
Yeah, exactly. I don't want to hear, well, there was only 2 practices. There are only 20 padded
right.
practices.
That's right. And it goes to show you yesterday how important those first two practices
Yes.
were, because everybody was way ahead of him.
Yep. And even more
Mhm.
so, Kevin, and God rest his soul, the fact that Greg Knapp is no longer in his ear. Who's in his ear now?
I don't know.
Who's in his ear now?
Couldn't tell you.
Are they going to bring in somebody, a quarterback whisperer or a quarterback, someone to be in his ear?
As long as it's not Gase, I guess.
No, really. But I don't get it. So,
No.
and I'm jumping around here because now that we're talking about it, hey Joe D, you don't want to sign Marcus May, and it seems like all of Jet Nation is behind that. But now we find out that Ashton Davis, who you drafted, will not be ready till week 2. So
Yeah.
how far behind is he going to be already?
Along with Vinny Curry.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
I mean, not that that's as big of a deal.
No, the
But-
Vinny Curry not. But,
Right. That's what I mean.
everyone's
That's what I mean.
everyone's talking about Ashton Davis. He's going to be the next Marcus May. Well, now
Yep.
we're not going to have him till week 2. And we don't want to, and we're going to franchise Marcus May, but not give the man a contract. I'm tired of hearing character players, quality guys, but you're going to make another quality guy walk out the door?
And wouldn't you love to see Davis in the lineup come week 1 against Sam? I sure would.
Of course I would. I want my best
Not
players
gonna
out
happen.
there.
Not gonna
We
happen.
drafted him. I believe it was, I wish I had my list in front of me. I think he was a 3rd-round pick, Davis.
Not
Which is
gonna
high
happen.
enough that he's got to be starting. And here we are, season 2, and he's not going to be ready till week 2. Now, how many weeks and practices is he going to be behind now? So now we got to hope that the Peanock and all these other young kids are ready to rock and roll, because we
Mhm.
lost out on Brian Poole. He
Yep.
signed with the
Yep.
Saints.
Hey, what was it, a week or 2 ago? I said, what are you waiting for? Poole
Yeah.
is still out there. What are
We
you doing?
lost out on the Eagles signing Steve Nelson, 1-year deal, $4 million. Now I understand they wanted to ride with the young kids, but it's also nice to have some veteran leadership in that classroom for these young kids.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Same in the quarterback room. Same in the quarterback room. You need some veteran presence in there. I mean, like we said, who's in his ear now? Who's in his ear?
That's what I want to know.
Who does he have to bounce things off of or ask questions to?
Yeah.
I
Because
mean,
not having anyone in. Go ahead.
at
I'm
least-
sorry.
At least Sam had McCown, you know?
Yeah, for that 1 year, and then they ran him out of
You know,
town.
that's stupid.
You know, my God. Enough with a crowning Joe D, the King of Kings yet. We're not going to know anything about these draft picks till 2 or 3 years. So let's just,
That's right.
unsaddle the horses and let's see how it goes. But
That's
Jet
right.
Nation, please, enough. Let's all take a what if see approach. Yes, we're all happy on the way things are moving. And you know why we're so high on Joe D? This is my take on why and I'm one of them, because we never had a GM maneuver the way he's been maneuvering.
Mhm. Yeah.
But that doesn't mean,
The only person we had close was Tannenbaum.
okay, but he didn't even move this way. Like,
Oh, he was the big splash guy.
yes.
Yes.
And you know what, Kevin? I like what Joe D's doing. He's moved us into the next century of football, the way these good teams maneuver, the manipulate the draft.
Yep.
But these draft players have to work out. And if Joe D's first draft class is any indication, I'm a little worried.
You and me both, man. You and me both.
Just because Mel Kiper and Todd McShay and Daniel Jeremiah gave this a great high-class rating, we got to see these guys pan out on the field. And Joe D's first class is not panning out well so far. Now, maybe they will turn out to pan well because you got to give a 2 or 3 year window. But after year 1, other than the punter and Becton,
Well,
so easy with the Joe Douglas praise God attitude.
listen, the proof is in the pudding. With anything else, let's see the results.
And not only that, Kev, who did they bring in to try out? Josh Johnson and Sean McMahon. Who are those guys? I have to look Sean McMahon up. McMahon, I can't even say his name. I'm so aggravated. And I didn't want to rant this morning, but here we go.
But here we go. We thought they stole our thunder, but listen, when you're dealing with this team, there's always something to rant about.
Exactly. It's enough. We're flipping the script. That kid should have been here a week ago. That deal should have been done. Not only that, but you know what? We're all praising, Joe Douglas, and we're ripping the past regimes. But the Joe Douglas regime, you know what they're number one in? Having Zach Wilson being the last person to sign in the draft class. 256 some odd players, and Zach Wilson is the last one. And let me tell you something, Jeff fans. If he turns out to be a bust, we'll have another laughing stock under our eyes.
Oh, yes.
The last guy signed in the draft.
Listen, and we'll be starting all over again. GM, coach, the whole bit.
Really?
If he turns out in 3 years that he's a bust, forget it.
Yeah. Not only that, but the last person in the draft to sign, drafted number 2, and we would be the last guy to be signed.
Like I said, this should have been done during OTA.
Really?
Yeah.
So I don't want to hear, we were just saving a few dollars, a few $1 million for next year. If he's a bust, they're all fired. So what's the difference? What's the difference?
And again, you're playing around. You only wanted to give him 18 of the 22 this year and defer the. What the hell are you doing?
Really?
Just pay the damn kid, get him in camp, and let's go.
Exactly. We got 20 practices. He's already missed, if my math is right, 10%. Oh, yes. It's no big deal. It is a big deal when practices are limited.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like it was 20.
He's not coming in again this year, being in the system last year, and he knows what he's doing.
No, exactly.
Yeah. Right.
This isn't 20 years ago where they did 2-a-days, 3-a-days, and if you passed out on the field, you didn't make the team.
Yeah, right.
Now there's all these restrictions to keep the players safe, and I get it. But when we only got 20 padded practices and we lost our quarterback guru, and the kid's a rookie let's not forget, he's coming from weak college competition. Get him in there from day one and get him all the help he needs. Bring in Chad Pennington. Bring in anyone to help be in this kid's ear.
That is the perfect solution. Bring in Chad. You want to put somebody in the kid's ear? Put Pennington in his ear.
Yeah, put someone in his ear now that we lost Mr. Knapp.
Absolutely.
And let me tell you, the Quinnen Williams thing too, now he's not going to be ready to August 16th.
Yeah, well, I heard they expect to have him for the opener. That's what I heard.
I get all that, and I'm glad. I want him here for that's what's more important. But you know what? He's still a young kid. Season 3 it is, maybe season. Practice is what's going to make him better.
Mm-hmm.
And being on that line, working with Lawson and the other guys, this is why how cohesiveness is formed.
Like I heard our coach say the other day. Practice doesn't make perfect. Perfect practice makes perfect.
Man, it's just
okay. So, and you made your starting quarterback already miss 2.
Yeah.
You just said practice doesn't make perfect. Perfect practice makes perfect. Well, okay. You just had your day 1 projected starter miss 2 practices.
Yeah,
because you're squabbling over $3-4 million.
Yeah, and everyone will come out and tell us in the comments, or we'll hear it all over social media, that this agent is known for doing this. What, his job?
Yeah,
his
right.
Job?
Yeah, right.
Wouldn't anybody out there want their agent to do their job and get you the money you deserve?
You can say his agent's known for doing this. You can also say this freaking team is known for doing this.
Yeah. All I'm saying is that we were starting on, you know what, Kevin? And maybe I'm crazy because I have this love affair with Sam Darnold. If you were going to do all this nonsense, you should have just kept Sam and traded the number 2 pick and got 7 more picks.
Exactly.
I'm not going to do it. My love for Sam is just, that's just me. Anyway.
I mean, what else we got here? some interesting things in training camp. The battle between Becton and Lawson has been really good, I
Legendary from
heard.
what I'm hearing.
Yeah. Yep. And and iron sharpens iron, like they say. So I heard the coach say that Lawson is never going to see anybody as big as Becton all year,
I
and
heard
vice versa.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's a good test for them. So
No, agree.
Yep.
Agree.
yep. What else? We cut Fickens.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes, we did. Now,
Sam Ficken gone.
Yep.
And listen, which is fine by me because I've been bitching about that guy from since we started this.
no, but now let me.
He doesn't impress me at all. He would go. I mean, how do you miss an extra point?
No, I know. Now,
Your one job. You got one job. It's to kick the damn ball. How do you miss an extra point?
no, I agree.
That's like a quarterback missing a 5-yard pass.
All right. So let me ask you this question. And I'm going to play. I think today I'm just in a devil's advocate mood. Like I'm going to be the nudge for every Jet fan to get pissed off about.
Nudge it.
And I'm not a Sam Ficken guy, but I looked at yesterday's numbers because they fired him. They cut him yesterday. And they say the reason was that he went 2 for 4 with missed field goals, right? But the 2 field goals he missed was a 53-yarder and a 55-yarder. Those are hard kicks even for the best of kickers.
Yep.
Now, getting to my point was that Nagar missed one yesterday too. He missed a 43-yarder, which should be more of a shoo-in than these 50-yarders. Now, bear with me. If they had the intentions of cutting Ficken, why didn't they do it from day one and bring in this Amendola, whoever they thought there was going to be better competition for Nagar? Like to cut Ficken. And listen, I know it goes by what he did last year. I get it. So maybe what I'm saying is a little, not correct. But if he was so bad last year, like we know he was, why was he even brought back into camp? To cut him yesterday after missing a 53 and a 55, which 29 out of 30 kickers in the league might not make, is a little ridiculous.
But I mean, listen, all I have to do is look at the extra points. This guy has missed 7 extra points in his career. How do you miss it? Come on, man.
And that's what I'm saying, Kevin. Then why even bring him into camp this year?
I don't know. I would have, if it was me, I would have brought in a whole new set of guys.
Exactly. I would have brought in someone else to go up against the undrafted free agent. That's all I'm trying to say. Like to cut him yesterday because he missed a 53 and a 55-yarder,
Like I've said before on other episodes, every time this guy lined up for an extra point or a field goal, I went like this.
Yep.
Because I knew nothing was guaranteed. I knew he was going to miss.
Exactly. So what you're saying, go ahead, finish.
And I mean, it's not like, okay, a Leahy, even John Hall, okay? When these guys lined up to kick the ball, a Jay Feely.
Nick Folk.
You were pretty confident.
I believe he's out there.
You were pretty confident they were going to hit it. I mean, this guy, it was the total opposite for me. I knew he was going to miss.
Okay. So riding on what you're saying, why even bother to bring him back?
Exactly. I know. Listen, you're preaching to the choir here.
No, that's all I'm saying. To cut him because he missed ridiculous length field goals, 53 and 55, whatever. But this is how the Jets are running it. We're just fans, and I'm speaking. I don't want Ficken. Yeah, and I didn't want Ficken here anyway. But just to have his back on this, kickers are people too,
Kickers are people too.
So while we're sticking with the Jets, before we move on to other stuff, other topics, Jonathan Marshall, Fatukasi, and Marcus May are all at practice. They all passed their physical. So that was good news on that.
Yep,
front.
that's a very good news.
No, because I really thought my conspiracy was that Marcus May was going to sit out and really stick it to them, and then the Jets were going to turn around and trade him, and they still might. But
And you know what's really impressing me? I've been on this dude ever since the draft.
mhm.
Mr. Moore, Elijah Moore.
Yep.
This guy is going to be special. I'm telling you.
I hope.
This
Corey
guy
Davis.
is a
Go ahead,
diamond in the rough. This guy.
Yep. Corey Davis spoke highly of him.
Yep.
Uh,
Everybody's speaking highly of him.
yeah.
Everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody. Salah said you'd think he'd been in the building 10 years.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. But I expect Salah to speak highly of his players of his draft class. We'll wait. Again, I'm going to take the what if see
we'll
approach.
see. And of course, that's all we
But
can
right
do.
now, yes, he is lighting it up.
Yep.
A couple other Jet notes here. George Fant was placed on the COVID list. I don't know if you heard that or knew
Yes, I
about
did.
that.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Also, the Jets also signed free agent Jeremy Valaga, played for the 49ers. I don't know how long he played for them, but I know he's familiar with Salah and the scheme. And who did we have in the other day? Oh, we had wide receiver Jordan Matthews of
Yes.
the
Jordan
Eagles.
Matthews. Yes. Wide receiver / tight end.
Tight end, yes.
Yes.
Now, I want to bring something up to you because a few people in our friends group said not to worry about Mims, and I think I asked you this question when he was practicing with Team 2, if his job is on the line, and you tell me no, I don't think so. Well, now it comes out that Mims worked with the third team yesterday.
Well, hey, again, I think Elijah Moore is kind of pushing Mims out.
But refresh my memory. Who drafted Mims?
Was it Douglas?
Again, I don't have the numbers, the list in front of me. I want to say it was.
Yes, I want to say it was too.
So what
Yes.
what does that tell you?
Douglas and Gase. That's who
Yeah.
drafted Mims. Yeah,
Yeah, but Douglas has his hands on Mims.
sure does.
I'm just playing the devil today. I'm just in a feisty, revved up mood because
Well, yeah, because they burned us by signing Zach.
yeah.
We
You know?
were ready to go.
You know what, Kevin? And I'm new to the podcast world, so I'm doing a lot more research, a lot more studying, a lot more looking at what everyone else is talking about. I'm just not getting the rose. I'm sorry, I keep repeating myself. I'm just not getting the rose-colored glasses just yet.
No, nor should we have them as Jets.
And no one wants to put them on more than me.
Nope.
I'm 51 years old. I suffered through 45. All right, maybe 6 to 13. I didn't know much about football. But from 14 until now, what do I have to really hang my hat on? 2 AFC titles if I'm the bat? Yeah, there's been more bad than good. So I'm not ready to anoint him yet. I have to see some more. And the Denzel Mims worries me. Like, why is he with the third string?
I don't know.
Vincent Smith got promoted to the second string, where Mims was a high draft pick for us.
Go figure. It doesn't even make sense.
I'm worried.
I mean, we're not there. We're not seeing everything. Speaking of people being there, I see that today is the first open to the public practice.
Yes.
So
all 32 teams. It's an NFL-wide thing, all 32 teams. But I believe it's not a padded practice. It's just a regular practice.
correct.
Today.
Correct.
Yeah, nothing. Yep.
But yes, this is the first open practice to the public.
Yep.
So we'll see what kind of show
Yep.
they put on for everybody.
Yep. Now, you heard Salah announce that his whole coaching staff was vaccinated and 90% of the Jet team was?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Yes, I did. He said they're not worried about it.
Yep. So for me, that's pretty much my Jet talk. But now that training camps opened up, I wanted to touch on some other teams,
Yes,
and,
yes.
and you could
We-
dive in and tell me what you think. So,
We're going to start incorporating more teams, and in the next couple of weeks, we got a couple guests coming on.
Yep.
We have Tim from Methane coming on, who's
Nice.
a big
Awesome.
Raider fan.
awesome.
Okay, we have another buddy of mine coming on who's a giant Jet fan. So
Okay.
we're gonna
Yep, I also have
get it rolling here.
Cool. I also have for when the season starts a Steeler fan lined up. We're always, and he knows it, so I'm not feel like I'm talking out of term. Craig from his band from Fires in the Distance, always welcome to talk
Yep.
Patriots with us.
Get him
He's
back
really
on.
willing to come
Talk
on
some
again.
Pats. Yep.
Yep. Like to get other people on. All right,
I'd like to get some Dolphin fans on here.
I know one, but he's been reluctant to return my DMs about coming on, but I'll keep
Well,
after and I'll keep
I would be
nudging
too.
and nagging.
I would be too if I was a Dolphin fan.
Yeah. And I think I wrote something down because I learned something interesting with Tua, and forgive me for drinking. I think I have it in my notes somewhere, but I want to try to go in order. So, are you excited? Just as a football guy, now we done our Jets. We pretty much ran the course for today, unless something else pops up. Just speaking as a football fan, are you excited about the quarterback battle in New Orleans? Do you think Winston's a shoo-in, or will Hill give him a run for his money?
Yeah, I'm always hey, competition breeds success. I'm
Yeah.
always into seeing a competition.
Yep.
So
So
I
there's-
have to say yes.
Okay. Now, what do you also think of the Denver? Is Denver having a quarterback competition? Does Bridgewater take over for Locke, or does Locke win out, or does Trevor Siemian slip in, who was with us for
Trevor Siemian,
who was with us for all of 48 minutes?
for two play.
Yeah, for all of 48 minutes or whatever.
No,
No.
you know what? I could see Bridgewater emerging.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I could see Teddy winning
Yeah.
winning the job. Sure.
I could see Bridgewater winning the job. A lot of people like the Denver defense. They're high on the Denver
Yep.
defense. Could be a top 10 defense. And
Yep.
that game worries me going up to Denver. Even though I have us winning that one, that game up in the Mile High is really,
Yeah, you don't have to be spectacular. Exactly.
yeah, that game worries me.
You just have to be serviceable.
Do we think like everyone else? Are we so sure? And of course, nothing's sure. Nothing's 100%. But it already seems like, and maybe it's a good thing because it never pans out. Everyone's already anointing the Buccaneers as the Super Bowl winners.
I don't know.
Can they repeat?
If they hey, just like everybody else, you got to stay injury free to have any.
Yep. Is there a hangover? Does Brady rally these troops the way everyone think he can?
Oh, you can't ever count them out,
I know.
Brady.
I
know, just when you think he's over the hill and he's done.
Yep. Now
And,
I have an interesting question for you. And fans out there who watch us and subscribe, please comment too on this one. Is Stafford the real deal? Is he what the Rams need to put them over the edge? Is he the guy that's going to get them to the promised land?
Oh, I don't know. Was he? I don't know. Who knows?
Or is he just one of those guys that is liked by the media, good guy in the league that everyone wants?
Yes. I mean, I don't know. I was never impressed by him.
Okay.
I mean, I think he was a serviceable quarterback. He was an average quarterback, a little above average, but never like he never was up with the other guys, the Matty Ices, and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He never took that next step up, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, I'm just asking. Definitely a tough guy. I don't know a lot about Detroit's their lineup and who they had. I know their coaching.
It could have been his supporting cast all
Yeah.
these years in
Yeah.
Detroit.
I,
So-
I just don't know. And I don't know. I would love, again, we always say that I would love to get a Rams take on it. Is he the guy that puts them over the edge? If you're asking me as a Jet fan, as a football fan, I don't think so. I don't think so.
No, because I mean, look, what about all those years in Detroit? He never
Well,
never
people
put
will
him
tell
over
you
the edge.
I know, but people will tell you he's playing with a team that Detroit
I
never
know.
could,
I know.
you know?
Well, we
And
could.
so,
All right, we could say the same thing about Sam.
no, yeah. The thing with Stafford is that he's experienced, he knows the game, but now he's got to put the money where his mouth is or where everyone else's mouth is because everyone's riding high on this Stafford as being the real deal.
Yep.
The real deal.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Proof is in the pudding, like I said.
Yep.
We'll see.
So Deshaun's back in camp, but does he stay with Houston or do they
Or they're going to
trade
make a trade.
Yeah.
And if they did make a trade, where could you see him going?
You want to know something? I don't see him going anywhere. I think this trial, this case that's hanging over his head is just too big for another team to take the risk right now.
Mm-hmm.
I think Houston, he's going to have to stay in Houston one more year, hopefully, or whatever the outcome of this trial is, these cases, he gets a renewed life next year, but I don't see anybody taking the risk. There's just too much hanging over his head right now.
Gotcha.
Too much hanging over his head.
Gotcha.
Also, back to the Saints, they signed Chris Hogan, was formerly with us, known as
Yes, his old
guess
Patriot.
I
Yes.
guess the rugby thing didn't work out for him, huh?
And he's actually a Jersey guy too, Hogan.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
All right. So here's another question for you. And you could, let me just take a sip of water. Sorry. I'm very dry today for some reason. Maybe it was all the ranting.
Hey, Vinny's here today, by the way.
Oh, very nice. Yeah. We'll save time because I know you have goodies, so we'll definitely save some time. I just have a few more things to touch up on. Again,
Yeah, go.
I want to touch base with the other teams. Hopefully we could get more feedback. Joe Burrow, yay or nay? He's going to sit out the preseason for the Bengals. Yay or nay for you?
His second year, right?
Mm-hmm. Coming off a major injury. Maybe the Bengals are worried.
I don't know. I think if you're healthy enough, I'd give him some work.
Yeah.
I'd give him some work. I mean,
and
you only got three preseasons, right?
Yep.
So
we discussed this before, and again, how do teams attack these preseason games now that there's only 3? It used to be, to run it down real quick.
And the third was the tune-up. Was the get ready one. Yes.
So does that mean now game 2 is the tune-up, or game 3 is still the tune-up, and you don't worry? Game 4 was for the birds anyway. Who cares? Like, I would love to know how coaches are approaching it. You know?
Me too. It's an interesting question.
Yeah.
It's an interesting.
So
game 4 was always, are you going to stick on the team, or are you going
bubble guys? Yes.
Are you going to go work at Walmart? You know.
Yeah. So it'd be interesting to see, and I guess we'll know right off the bat how the Jets are going to do it. If Zach Wilson plays more than one series in game 1, then we know they're going to attack it differently, where game 3 might be the dead game. If he only, if he play, game 3 will be the real game. If he play, let me start all over. Rewind the tape. If he plays one series in game 1, then that means game 3 will be the all-out game. If he plays a little more like a quarter of game 1, then we know game 3 will be dead. But again, we don't know. I'm just assuming that. That's just my take on it. But it's all going to start August 12th, I believe, or August 14th. Our Saturday's our first game against the Giants. Yeah, it'll be interesting.
I mean, personally, I'd give him as much work as possible. You can't get too many reps.
Yeah.
Especially, I mean, practice is one thing, live game action is another.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd rather see him go to Carolina in week 1 and know what the hell he's doing, and have some real playing time under his belt.
Yeah, so if it was up to me, I would love to see the starters play game 1 in the preseason, the first half.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Game 2, the first 3 quarters, and
Yep.
game 3, the first half.
Yep. I
That's how
totally
I would
agree.
like to see it.
Absolutely.
That's
You-
how I would like to see it.
Get them
Because-
in there and get them to work.
Because in all honesty, and this is just my take as the casual fan sitting at home, that game 4, the
What's-
coach has got to know by now who's there and who's
You would
not.
think.
You know,
You would
I mean,
think.
there may be 1 or 2 bubble guys, but
It's
know.
just game 4 is just going through the motions and
Yep.
saying, man, I can't wait till next week, you know?
yeah, no, exactly. Yep.
So
What
yeah,
is
I
what
think
was, what was your I'm sorry if I'm jumping around. Like I said, I have just a few things. What was your take on the whole Aaron Rodgers returning to Green Bay? Diva, not a diva?
oh, big time, man. Big
Okay.
time diva. Come on, dude. I don't know.
Do you think he has every right to demand the players he wants?
Yeah, like Randall Cobb,
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like in his
who,
press
who
conference.
the GM came right out and said we got him because he asked us to go get him.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you think, but forget the GM, do you think Aaron Rodgers earns that right to say who he wants to play with?
No.
Okay.
You're not Brady. You're not Montana. I mean, okay, you have great stats and all that, but 1 ring.
You know what, Kev? I'm with you. I'm right shoulder to shoulder to
You got as many rings as Trent Dilfer.
Yep, exactly. Yep. And listen, we can't compare. We know Brady's got the numbers coming out the
Yeah.
wazoo. You can't, but you have 1 ring.
Yes.
So to sit there and say and I heard people on other TV shows say he deserves to get everything he wants and whatever.
Why?
I understand.
Why? But why? Why?
Because of the numbers. And I
Oh,
understand
come
the
on,
numbers.
man.
I
It's about-
know, 'cause I'm just telling you what people are saying, what the sports football world. I understand the numbers, but you won 1 Super Bowl. Even with all those numbers, you won 1 Super Bowl.
If it was all about numbers, Marino would be the king. So
Yeah, you won 1 Super Bowl. So
that's what it's about.
yeah,
It's about
Yeah.
the things on your finger.
that's why Brady's allowed to say if he wants me to play for them, because
There
he
you
won
go.
7,
There you
whatever
go.
the 7 Super Bowls was in 9. You were in 1, right? He was in 1 and won 1.
Absolutely. Like I
Yes.
said, you got as many rings as Trent Dilfer.
Yep. Agree.
You got as many rings as Patrick Mahomes.
So I have exactly, but
Mhm.
Mahomes has been in 2.
Exactly. There you go.
You know,
There you go.
I got a couple of quarterback battles I want to go to. I want to end with, but before we go to the quarterback battles, I want to bring up. I got 3. I mean, no, 2. Sorry, 2 things I want to bring up. What do you think of Dak Prescott? Is going to miss a week of practice with his shoulder. That's scary,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
He just signed a huge deal, right?
Yeah.
That's
Well,
scary.
That's where that guaranteed money comes into play, I guess. I mean, I don't know.
If I'm a Cowboy fan, I spoke
I'm
to him
worried.
yesterday. He said he wasn't too worried. I'm worried.
I was just gonna say I'm worried.
I'm worried. Sore shoulder. You know, it wasn't like his pinky was hurting.
Listen, I was worried that Zach missed the first 2 practices. I'm worried.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, and I don't know. I don't
Yeah.
know.
And the last thing I wanted to bring up was Carson Wentz. What
Carson
a blow
Wentz.
to the Colts. He might miss some significant time.
Yep. And that did. Yes. Yes.
So what do you do?
What do they do now? Right.
Well, here's what I think they do. where we talked about he was going to probably wind up with us, I think they go after Foles.
Mhm.
That's my
Yeah.
opinion. I don't know nothing about the coach. I don't know anything about the coach.
Um,
Somebody enlighten me. But if he's going to miss some significant time, and there's surgery probably in quarter.
is that guy from the dude from the Pats still on the Colts? Brissett, Jacoby.
I thought Brissett was backing up somewhere else. Maybe he is
Okay.
still with the Colts.
All right. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to look into that.
Yeah. Why did I think Brissett was somewhere else? But I could be
Yeah,
wrong.
I don't know.
I mean,
Okay.
if he's there, Brissett, then maybe you could live with it. But is Brissett going to bring him to the promised land?
No.
Not that I don't know if Wentz could, but
Or they wouldn't have gone after Wentz.
Yeah, yeah. And
I mean,
Wentz,
I understand you're always trying to get better. Every
Yeah.
position, somebody's out there. I forget who used to say it for us. You're going to turn over every rock looking for
Yeah.
players. Turn over
Yeah.
every rock. I
Yeah.
understand that.
Which leads me to two things that I didn't write down, which I just want to discuss with you if we have time. The first one being Tua Tagovailoa. Is he the real deal?
Say that 5 times fast.
Yeah, oof, I'm surprised I said it right this time with my New York accent. Do Miami fans should they be pumped or should they be worried? And I'm only asking because I wasn't one of the fans the way Flores did things with him last year, that every time he got into quicksand, they brought in Fitzmagic in to get him out of trouble.
Mhm.
Who does Miami have for the backup this year if it happens again? And if it happens again and you got to pull him, you're never going to be the team that Dolphins fans want you to be.
No. You got to let him stay in there and take his lumps.
And this is why I thought they should have done that last year.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, what were you chasing by keep going to Fitzpatrick? I don't understand.
I think we know all coaches have an ego, even if they don't think they do. I think Flores was chasing that playoffs as the first-time coach to have that under his belt. And I think it might have cost him in the long run. That's just my opinion on it.
Mhm.
I would have rather let Tungo figure out how to get out of those jams
Oh, yeah. Yes.
than always pulling him.
I mean, let him face some adversity and get through it,
Yeah.
instead of bailing him out all the time.
And the reason why I brought it up, because again, I was watching the NFL Network and everybody in the Miami organization, and they're supposed to, was talking about how great of a player, and he might become a great of a player. I just worry that if he gets into quicksand, what does Flores do? Let him sink or pull him again?
Good question.
That's my take on it.
You can't play musical quarterbacks. You can't.
No, I forgot who said it.
Because that's not good for anybody.
Yeah. I forgot how the saying was. I heard a GM say long ago, if you have 2 starting quarterbacks, or you think you have 2, then you don't have 1 starting quarterback.
That's right.
Something to that effect. I don't know if I'm.
No, absolutely. No,
So-
100%.
So
100%.
I don't know where Tua goes. Maybe he lights it up this year, and the way Flores did it gave him confidence. But the fact that I felt like every time he was in a jam, they pulled him, and now he doesn't have that backup to fall back on.
Like they were so afraid of his psyche getting messed.
Yeah. Or they were so hungry to make the playoffs as first-time head coach that he let his ego rule the day. But we'll see. We'll see how it plays out. That's just me.
Yeah.
Here's the other thing. Before I have a few more talk, but these were off topics, and it just dawned on me. Who the hell is Fitzpatrick thinking by coming out today and saying, I'm sure you know where I'm going. The worst year of his life was playing for the 2016 Jets. Are you frigging kidding me? You had a chance to go to the playoffs last year, 2015, and you shit the bed. You frigging crybaby.
Absolutely.
You're going to throw my team under the bus? You sat out big names like...
You're supposed to lead your receiver in the end zone, not throw behind them so it gets intercepted.
God.
You
shit
stupid
the
idiot.
bed in the biggest game of your career. You held out for more money. Guys with names like Decker and Marshall and Mango came to your defense to get you more money.
And what a better place to stick it to them than in Buffalo. And you,
Yeah.
Mhm.
Three Jets came out in your defense. Yeah, and I heard people say, well, McCagnon caved and gave Fitzmagic what he wanted. Most GMs would have. So let's not throw McCagnon and kill him. He's gone. I understand. But when you came back in 2016, you shit this bed again. You stunk. You stunk. Your Cinderella clock struck 12, and you were back to being the tragic bum we know you are.
The same journeyman bum you've always been.
So the fact that, and I don't mean to drag this team in, the fact that everyone thinks he's going to turn the Redskins into world beaters is beyond me. What they're saying that I'm not an X's and O's guys. I don't get all the logistics of all that crap. I'm just a football watcher, and I know when it comes time to put your money on the line, Fitzmagic will turn tragic and
for
as
many touchdowns as he comes out and throws it in a game and looks like Johnny Unitas, the next game he'll look like that dude that we had that was afraid that we used to. You know, I mean,
exactly.
Whenever
I got two more topics. The last one being the quarterback battle in New England, Cam Newton, Matt Jones. Can Matt win this job and be starter week 1 or no?
Sure he can.
Does he in your mind?
Sure he can. Cam Newton doesn't do diddly squat for me, honestly. Honestly. I mean, he's very beatable in camp.
Yeah. I like the Cam of 5 years ago, the younger Cam, the Superman Cam.
Right. I mean,
I do not fear playing New England with him as the head.
How many times, like I said when we had Craig on, how many FanDuel things did I win last year because I bet on Cam to score a rushing touchdown? Okay, because instead of throwing the ball most of the time, he pulled it down and he ran.
Yep. Now, my last topic of today is like a three-headed monster. So Trey Lance signed the contract, $34.1 million, 4 years.
Yep.
Good for him. I'm glad about that. Now, I've heard today that Trey Lance is looking very good in practice. Very good in practice. Almost to the point where now people are speculating, can he beat out Garoppolo? What do you think? Here's another kid, right, who beat competition. The team forfeited the season last year, didn't play a lot of football in the last 2 years. Now, Garoppolo...
these guys like Garoppolo. Garoppolo's not Brady. These are not Breeze, not Mahomes. I mean, these guys are beatable.
Yep. So here's my question. We just said about the Colts needing a quarterback. If mid-August, August 16th, 19th, 20th, whatever around there, if Trey Lance looks like he's winning the starting job, do the Colts go to the 49ers?
Make a deal for Jimmy Garoppolo? G? We'll see.
Especially if surgery is in Wentz's future, which everybody says probably is going to happen.
I could see it happen in a heartbeat. Absolutely, man.
And listen, this was only week 1 of training camp. We're only 5 days in.
We're just getting revved up here, man.
Yeah.
And man, a week from today, I'll be at the stadium.
Oh, that's right. No, yeah.
The 7th.
The 7th, yeah. You're right. Whoa, can't wait for that. Can't wait for that.
I got it all geared up, man. I'm gonna take a lot of videos.
Yeah, man. Pictures. Yeah, post that on our sites. Get the Jeff
with you guys.
Awesome. So. All right, brother. Well, on my end, I'm done.
yeah. Hey, I mean, there's not really. I wish we would have had a lot more stuff on Zach, but he didn't show up till yesterday. So. Yeah.
But it's going to heat up again, and we're going
to next week's going to be a big week.
Yeah, full week. We'll have more from the other teams. I believe, if I remember, my memory's gone. We're going to have a guest next week, so that's awesome.
We are. Yes, we are.
Awesome.
Tim from Methane, big Raider fan.
Yep.
Actually, I was talking to him. He's over in Sweden. Okay. He's
Okay.
he's 6 hours ahead of us.
Okay.
And our game in London, he was
Okay.
actually telling me that his kid is a huge Jet fan and they were thinking
Okay.
about going over to London to see the
All right.
game. And that would be pretty
Nice.
cool. Maybe we could even get him on again like the week of the game.
Yeah, that sounds good.
That would be
So
awesome.
what? If people out there want to know what makes our podcast a little different, it's because we're bringing football and metal together. Because that's what we do.
That's right, man. That's right.
That's what we do. We have a lot of good metalheads following us. We got a lot of bands following us.
And I mean, he's over in Sweden now, but we go way back with Tim, man. He used to live here, and I can remember, geez, I don't even remember what year it was. It was 89 maybe or something like that. His band, us and Blood Feast, we did like a show at Ramapo College over here.
Wow.
And I mean, now he's in Methane and he's over in Sweden and stuff. So it'll be nice to get him on here. It's gonna be fun.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Look at you drawing out Blood Feast. Awesome. Love it. Love it.
Oh, hey, good. Jersey strong, man. We got to stick together, listen, right?
I hear you. I hear you. Hey, listen, like I said, I'm always willing to plug your band. Love the CD. Everyone out there, please go out and get it. Great metal music.
Yep. Hostile Rage.
Yep. You know, the one thing I've always said is I do my best to help the local bands out because I'm a fan, you know. So anytime I could get to say a good word on them and promote them, you know. And you know, brother, I speak from the heart. You know me now.
Oh,
you know.
Of course. You know what I think it's time for, though?
Yep, I'm ready.
Show and tell.
Yeah, bring it. Woo! Let's bring it.
All right, so there was a thing where there was a company called the Bradford Exchange, okay? And we're going to go through this week by week because I would say I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 different things to show you from the Bradford Exchange.
Awesome.
We're gonna start this morning with this.
Very nice.
Which is a Super Bowl III commemorative plate.
Wow. Wow.
The score, the whole bit.
That is awesome.
Joe Willie. The outside is real gold.
Wow.
Okay. So
nice.
Pretty cool. Okay. Little commemorative thing for Joe Willie.
Now, did all those plates come signed, or did you meet the man one day and get him to sign it, or do they come signed?
They come that way.
Okay.
Yes.
Cool. Very nice.
And I don't really know if any of you remember back in the 70s. I mean, I'm an old geezer. So back in the 70s, Sunoco stations.
Okay.
They held the thing with the NFL where they put out books of stamps.
Wow.
Okay. Yes.
Wow.
You could get several different books. There was a deluxe version and there was a regular version. Okay. The week's coming up. I have both books and I'm gonna pull them out and
Excellent.
I'm gonna show you with a complete Jet lineup from back then. Okay.
So Kevin, let me ask you something. I know the first thing you showed us said 72. Did they only do that in 72 or did it like 73?
Yes. No.
All right.
1 year, that was it. And I mean, you have people like O.J. Simpson.
Wow. Wow. Oh man. You see, for me, this stuff is great, Kev, because in 72, I was 3.
Chris Hamburger on the Redskins, you know?
Wow. That is awesome.
Crazy stuff.
Wow. I'm very impressed by what you saved. That's just awesome to have, you know, from that young age to know to save this stuff. Like I said, I threw everything out. I'm a putz.
And being as though we're in training camp here,
mm-hmm.
I have to share with you some pictures that I found that I had taken myself from prior training camps. There we have the tuna.
Wow.
Right in camp. Okay.
Wow. That is excellent stuff.
We have tuna during the stretch.
Wow.
Commanding the team. Okay.
Man.
More tuna.
Yeah, look at that.
Yeah. We have Wayne making a spectacular
Wow.
catch.
Props for these pitches, brother. Wow.
We have Keyshawn with the one-hander.
Yeah.
I don't know if
Just
you can
throw me
see
the
that on
damn
there.
ball. No, I could see it. Very nice. Wow.
One of my favorite defensive players ever, Brian Cox.
Yes, look at that. Check it out, brother. This stuff is amazing.
Vinny launching
Yep.
it down the field.
Yeah.
I believe he's throwing it to Keyshawn
Okay.
in that picture right there.
Wow.
Yeah, so I mean,
That is amazing. Wow, great stuff.
yeah.
I hope the Jet fans out there appreciate that one. That was some really great stuff.
And I mean, actually, there used to be a place called Sneaker Stadium.
Okay.
It's way defunct now.
Okay.
Well, one time they had one in Paramus, New Jersey here.
Okay.
Okay. Well, it just so happened that this guy was going to be there. So I went. There was nobody there. Okay. Mr.
Holy
Cravat,
crap. Whoa. And you're saying nobody?
nobody. It was,
Wow.
I sat there. I talked to him. We BS'd. He said, I got a little mini helmet he signed.
Wow.
He signed that for me.
That is
So,
excellent.
Yeah.
Wow.
What a great guy. And it just so
I'm
happens
sure.
I was born in the same town he was
Okay.
from. We're both
Okay.
Garfield natives. So
Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
awesome.
So
Great
pretty cool
stuff,
stuff.
man. I
So-
definitely look forward to this segment because you pull out some stuff. But then I got to let you know that when we're off there, I curse you because you make me hate myself for throwing everything out that I once owned.
And you can see back here, Mr. McNeil's jersey.
Yes.
Well, right there it's signed because another story I'm going to get into, save it for another week.
Okay, cool. Okay.
There was it was maybe 10, 15 years ago. Jets had a contest. Meet Freeman McNeil, right? The new stadium had just opened.
Okay.
You know, maybe I got the amount of time wrong, but the
Okay.
stadium had just opened
Okay.
and they were running a contest. I figured, what the hell? I was on the website and put my name in. Don't you know? A few weeks later, I get a call. You won the contest. It was by
Wow.
Turkey Hill. It was by Turkey Hill High
Turkey Hill,
School.
all right. Yep.
Got the luxury box. Got to hang out with Freeman.
Wow.
Got a breakfast beforehand. Okay. And me and my buddy went. We were sitting down at the table at the breakfast buffet thing.
Uh-huh.
There at the next table is Ray Romano and his kids from Everybody Loves Raymond.
Wow.
Okay. All of a sudden, it was just me and my buddy sitting at this table by ourselves.
Uh-huh.
All of a sudden, here comes these three dudes and they sit down with us. Well, it was Randy Beverly. It was Kenny Shroy. They had their Super Bowl rings on. I have pictures that they let me take pictures of their rings.
Wow.
It was, what an experience. It
Oh,
was
man.
unreal. It was unreal.
So you have these pictures. So are we going to see them in weeks? Yes. Wow. Good stuff. Way to tease everyone. Really? Nice. Oh, I look forward to that.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun.
Forward to that. Wow.
It's going to be a lot of
Excellent.
fun.
Excellent.
And I mean, I even have the football up there. Freeman signed it. Kenny Shroy signed it. Randy
Wow.
Beverly signed it.
Oh, that is awesome.
They wrote Super Bowl III on there, the whole bit. So
Wow.
it's pretty
Excellent.
cool.
Oh,
Yeah.
man. Much props to you for all this stuff. Excellent.
Joe Willie hanging out here today.
Yeah. Nice.
So.
There we go.
Vinny agreeing.
Vinny.
So that's it. That's today's show and tell. We'll hold the rest off as the season goes on.
Yep.
I got something new for you guys every week.
Oh, I can't wait. I look forward to it. All
All
right, brother.
Yep. Another fun
Another
one.
good one. Another good one.
It's going to heat up this week. We'll have Tim on next week from Methane and talking Raiders. And let's go.
Yep.
Let's go. It's go time, man. I
Yeah.
hope you're ready.
All
And
gas,
like,
no break.
and like we say every week, whether you're a Raider fan, whether you're a Texans fan, whether you're a Pats fan, whether you're a Chiefs fan, come on. Let's go.
Yeah.
Get on. Let's talk football. It's
Yeah.
go time, man. Let's go.
Yeah. Let's go. Let's go.
All right,
Hit us
brother. You
up,
have to
like and subscribe. We're
Yep.
there.
hit us up, like, subscribe, share.
Yep.
We're ready.
All right.
You have a great day, brother.
You
Enjoy
too,
the
my
rest of your
brother.
weekend.
You
You
too.
guys do the same, and we'll
Yes.
see you next week. All right. Get up. Talk to you later.
All right.